You open your eyes for the first time on Taris, a harsh outer rim world where survival is never easy. Your home isn't a proper house or apartment, but the rusted hull of an old starship wreck, one of thousands scattered across the swampy surface of the planet. Life here is defined by poverty. From the time you are a child, your days are spent digging through abandoned cargo containers and piles of scrap metal, hoping to find something valuable enough to sell for food. Every credit matters. You and your mother struggle just to make it through each week, watching as others on the planet live a completely different life, far across Taris, beyond the scrap fields and polluted swamps. The wealthy enjoy comfort in towering skyscrapers protected by private security forces. To them, your side of the planet might as well not exist. For most kids growing up here, the future looks bleak. You either spend your entire life trapped in poverty or turn to crime just to survive. But one day, while searching through a pile of broken machinery, you find something unusual. An old Imperial recruitment poster. It shows 3 Stormtroopers standing proudly in spotless white armor, symbols of power and order. The message promises education, purpose, and the chance to join the Empire's elite soldiers. For the first time, you imagine a life beyond the wreckage of Taris. The Empire knows exactly what it's doing, targeting desperate worlds like yours where people are willing to risk everything for a better future. At just 13 years old, you make a decision that will change your life forever. You say goodbye to your mother and head to the nearest recruitment center, believing that becoming a Stormtrooper might finally give both of you a chance at something better. After signing your name at the recruitment center, everything in your life changes almost immediately. Within days, you are placed aboard an Imperial shuttle and sent off-world for the first time. The Empire deliberately transports recruits far away from their home planets, making sure cadets are separated from their families, cultures, and old loyalties. The idea is simple. Once you are cut off from everything familiar, the Empire becomes your only source of identity and purpose. Your destination is an Imperial Academy on the outer rim world of Lothal, where thousands of young recruits from across the galaxy are gathered to begin their transformation into soldiers of the Empire. But before training even starts, you and the other cadets must prove you deserve to be there. The Empire has no patience for weakness. Recruits are put through strict physical exams to test strength, endurance, and reflexes. At the same time, psychological evaluations probe your mind, looking for hesitation, fear, or signs that you might break under pressure. Anyone who fails these early tests is removed immediately, sent away before they ever get the chance to wear Imperial armor. Those who pass are assigned into squads, small groups of cadets who will train together throughout the program. The first year is designed to push you to your limits. Every exercise tests obedience, discipline, and your ability to endure constant pressure. From the very beginning, the message is clear. The Empire does not care about who you used to be. It only values strength, loyalty, and your willingness to obey without question. Training at the Imperial Academy quickly proves to be far harsher than anything you imagined. The instructors make it clear from the beginning that this place is not meant to be fair or comfortable. It is designed to break you down and rebuild you into a perfect soldier of the Empire. One of the most feared exercises is called the Well, a brutal obstacle course run inside a virtual combat simulator. The environment constantly changes. One moment you are running through collapsing buildings. The next you are navigating enemy fire or hazardous terrain. It is meant to simulate the chaos of real battle. But the real challenge is not just the course itself, it is the competition. Every cadet in your squad is fighting for the same rewards. The 3 best performers receive extra food, better privileges, and recognition from the instructors. Everyone else gets nothing. And failure is punished harshly, Sometimes you are forced to perform exhausting labor for hours. Other times the punishment is psychological, being publicly humiliated in front of the entire academy, or assigned meaningless tasks meant to break your morale. In some cases, if one cadet fails the exercise, the entire squad is punished together. This creates constant tension between recruits, forcing everyone to push harder just to avoid becoming the weak link. Over time, friendships begin to fade and survival becomes the only thing that matters. The academy's system is ruthless, but it works. Slowly. The frightened children who arrived at Lothal begin turning into disciplined, hardened soldiers prepared for the brutal reality of war. Physical training is only part of what the Empire is doing to you at the academy. Just as important is the constant indoctrination designed to reshape the way you think. In classrooms between drills and exercises, instructors teach Imperial history. But it is a version carefully rewritten to serve the Empire's narrative. The Jedi are portrayed not as heroes, but as dangerous traitors who betrayed the Republic and plunged the galaxy into chaos. According to the lessons, the Empire rose to restore order and stability, bringing peace through strength and discipline, day after day. These ideas are repeated until they begin to feel like unquestionable truth. Loyalty to the Emperor becomes the most important value a cadet can have. Instructors constantly remind you that hesitation, doubt, or personal attachments can weaken a soldier and endanger the Empire. Stormtroopers are taught that their duty is not to question orders, but to carry them out without hesitation. When the Empire commands action, the only acceptable response is obedience. Gradually, the Academy strips away the parts of you that once made you an individual. Your personal past becomes irrelevant. Even your name begins to fade, replaced by a designation number that identifies you as another soldier in the Imperial machine. Eventually, every cadet stands together and takes an oath of absolute loyalty to the Emperor. From that moment forward, you are no longer just a person from Taris trying to survive. You are something else entirely, a weapon forged to serve the Empire's will. As the months pass and cadets prove they can survive the early stages of the Academy, the training becomes far more dangerous. The Empire believes that real soldiers are only forged under extreme pressure, so the exercises begin to resemble actual combat. In some advanced drills, cadets are forced to face each other in live-fire scenarios where real blaster rounds are used. Instructors watch from a distance, treating any injuries or even deaths as acceptable losses. To them, these exercises simply remove the weak and leave behind only the most capable soldiers. Another major part of your training involves simulated urban suppression missions. In these scenarios, cadets are dropped into mock cities, where riots and uprisings are staged by actors and training units. Your squad is ordered to restore order by any means necessary. Over time, these drills slowly change the way you see civilians. Instead of viewing them as innocent people, you begin to see them as potential threats, unpredictable elements that must be controlled before they become dangerous. The Academy also tests your ability to survive in the harshest environments imaginable. Squads are deployed to hostile planets with extreme climates, frozen wastelands, scorching deserts, or dangerous mountain regions with only minimal supplies. Your mission is simple: survive and return to base. But survival often requires difficult choices. If one squad member becomes injured or slows the group down, the rest are expected to leave them behind and continue the mission. Compassion is seen as weakness. The Empire's philosophy is clear and brutally simple: only the strongest, most disciplined, and most obedient soldiers deserve to survive and wear the armor of a Stormtrooper. After years of exhausting drills, brutal tests, and relentless pressure, the day finally arrives when you graduate from the Academy. You are officially recognized as a Stormtrooper of the Galactic Empire. For the first time. You are handed the armor that symbolizes Imperial power across the galaxy, the iconic white plastoid suit. When you put it on, you feel a strange mixture of pride and relief. Everything you endured has led to this moment. The armor makes you look identical to every other trooper, turning you into a faceless soldier representing the authority of the Empire. However, it doesn't take long to realize that the armor is not as impressive as it looks. It was designed to be mass-produced quickly and to intimidate enemies rather than to provide perfect protection. The plastoid plates can stop small fragments, protect you from harsh environments, and deflect occasional glancing hits. But against direct blaster fire, the protection is limited at best. A clean shot can still punch straight through the armor. The helmet is packed with basic technology such as a communication link, simple night vision, and filters to help you breathe in dangerous environments. But it also comes with serious drawbacks. Your field of vision becomes narrow, sounds are muffled, and communication signals sometimes suffer interference. Despite these flaws, wearing the armor changes how you see yourself. You are no longer the desperate scavenger from Taris. Now you are a Stormtrooper, one of the Emperor's soldiers, standing proudly in the ranks of the Empire. Not long after graduating, you receive your first real assignment as a Stormtrooper. Your unit is deployed to the desert world of Gerrel, a rocky planet known for its trading routes and busy Imperial shipping activity. At first, the job feels almost easy compared to the brutal training you endured at the Academy. Most days are spent standing guard, patrolling the city, and overseeing cargo shipments moving through the planet's main trading hub. The sunsets paint the sky, a deep purple over the desert mesas, and for a moment it almost feels peaceful. But peace in the Outer Rim rarely lasts long. One day, everything changes. A rogue cell connected to the Black Sun criminal syndicate launches a surprise ambush during the arrival of a valuable Imperial shipment. Blaster fire erupts without warning, echoing through the streets. Several of your squad mates are cut down within seconds before they even understand what is happening. Chaos spreads through the unit as the attackers close in from multiple directions. By pure luck, you manage to avoid the first wave of fire. Your academy training kicks in immediately, taking cover. You return fire and organize what remains of your squad. Despite being outnumbered, you manage to hold your position long enough for Imperial reinforcements to arrive. The attackers are eventually wiped out and the cargo is secured, but half of your unit lies dead. Your commanding officer takes notice of how you handled the situation. Surviving your first battle is impressive enough, but holding the line under pressure earns you something more. Soon after, you are promoted to sergeant and given command of your own squad of 10 stormtroopers. Your real career in the Empire has just begun. Your next deployment takes you far from the deserts of Heral to the towering forest world of Kashyyyk, the home planet of the Wookiees. The environment is completely different from anything you have experienced before. Massive trees stretch hundreds of meters into the sky, their thick branches forming a layered jungle that blocks much of the sunlight. But the Empire did not send you here to admire the scenery. Kashyyyk is rich in natural resources, and the Empire intends to claim them all. Even the Wookiees themselves are treated as valuable labor, captured and shipped across the galaxy to serve as slaves. Unlike the criminals you fought on Heral, the Wookiee resistance fighters are far more dangerous. They know the forest better than anyone and use it to their advantage. Their guerrilla tactics make them nearly impossible to predict. One day, while leading your squad on a patrol through the dense jungle, the resistance springs a sudden ambush. Wookiee warriors burst from the trees, roaring as they attack with brutal strength. Blaster, fire, and chaos erupt around you. During the battle, one of your closest squad mates is hit and collapses to the ground. For a moment, your instincts tell you to help him, but Imperial training echoes in your mind. Never compromise the mission. You leave him behind and focus on the fight. Gathering your troops, you force them back into formation and push forward through the jungle. Slowly, your squad regains control of the battle and drives the Wookiee fighters back. By the end, the forest floor is littered with bodies. You have survived again, and the Empire now sees you as a capable commander. After years of loyal service and countless missions across the galaxy, your superiors begin to notice something different about you. You have survived battles that killed many others, led troops effectively under pressure, and shown the kind of discipline the Empire values above all else. One day, instead of receiving a normal promotion through the Stormtrooper ranks, your commanding officer offers you something far rarer, a chance to join the Empire's most feared special forces unit, the Death Troopers. Death Troopers are not ordinary soldiers. They are the Empire's elite enforcers, deployed only for the most critical missions. Their duties include protecting high-ranking Imperial officials, gathering intelligence, sabotaging enemy operations, and crushing rebellions before they can grow. Being selected for the program is considered a great honor, but it also means facing the most brutal training you have ever experienced. The preparation to become a Death Trooper makes the academy on Lothal feel almost easy in comparison. The exercises are harsher, the standards far higher, and the survival rates incredibly low. Only soldiers with exceptional physical ability, mental toughness, and unwavering loyalty are allowed to continue. Many recruits fail or collapse under the pressure long before the program is complete. But you push through every test. Eventually, you are issued a new set of equipment. Sleek black armor far more advanced than the standard Stormtrooper suit. Your weapons are upgraded to powerful repeating blasters, and your helmet contains advanced combat scanners and encrypted communications. When you finally step onto the field in that dark armor, you realize what you have become, one of the Empire's most lethal and feared soldiers. As a Death Trooper, your new assignment places you at the side of one of the most powerful men in the Empire, Director Orson Krennic, the leader of the secret Death Star project. Your duty is simple but critical: protect him and ensure the security of the Empire's most important weapon. This mission brings you to Scarif, a heavily fortified tropical world where the Death Star plans are stored behind a massive planetary shield. For months, your work consists of guarding facilities, crushing small uprisings, and ensuring that no one gets close to the Empire's greatest secret. But everything changes the day the Rebel Alliance launches a full-scale assault on Scarif. Suddenly, the peaceful beaches turn into a battlefield. Starfighters roar across the sky while Imperial walkers stomp through the sand. And blaster fire echoes across the entire planet. Stormtroopers fall all around you as Rebel forces push deeper into the Imperial base. You and your squad of Death Troopers fight with ruthless precision, cutting down Rebel soldiers and holding your position. For a moment, it feels like the Empire will win. All your years of training, every brutal lesson you survived, seem to have prepared you perfectly for this moment. Then it happens. A Rebel blaster bolt slams into your chest plate. You stumble but keep firing, only for another shot to strike your armor. This time, your legs give out, and you collapse onto the sand. Around you lie dozens of fallen soldiers, white and black armor scattered across the battlefield. In your final moments, a terrible realization sets in. Despite everything you endured, you were never truly important to the Empire. Just another soldier, another number, another body in an endless war machine that will continue fighting long after you are gone.